And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. All set to bring you MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago Cubs. Well, Singy, all eyes are on this team's elite starting rotation. They're stringing together some quality outings.
Yeah, every starter is stepping up right now, Boog, going deep into games, and most importantly, keeping their bullpen fresh. Buckle up, because it doesn't appear that they're cooling off anytime soon.
First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway, and starting in this one, CHC-R.Olson. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Trey Turner leading things off and takes a strike. The shortstop takes the ball. Next pitch is outside.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
This one in the air, right field. And there's one down. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Jeff McNeil.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
And first offering is fouled off. Muncy, a former All-Star, batting second in today's lineup, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Ball. 1-2.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Here's a 1-2. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Smith makes the grab, 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Here's Byron Buxton. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? And a swing and a miss.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Makes the catch, and that'll do it. Half inning complete. We've got no score. Back here at Wrigley Field, and on the mound today, j.DeGrom. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3. He's been fantastic ever since he broke into the big leagues. Can't wait to watch him pitch today.
Bottom of the first. Now it's the DH, Tyler Fitzgerald. That clips the corner. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. On the ground to first. And Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play. Takes it himself. 1 up, 1 down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. And we check out the guy in the 7th spot, Luken Baker.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Jung-Hoo Lee stands in now and watches strike 1.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
A changeup missing. And now it's even 1-1.
Always fun to watch Lee go to work at the dish, Boog. He's just a pure hitter and a good athlete. Someone referred to him as a slow drip guy because the more you watch him, the more you like him.
Buxton makes the grab for the 2nd out.
The catcher,
and up to the plate is Will Smith.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
And that drops in for a strike. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And he's got a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And now Wyatt Langford in the dirt, but kept close. Two outs and one in scoring position. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
That's down and in. Slider misses outside. Jackson Holliday in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there.
Jackson Holliday in the box now. Takes strike 1. Smith, the lead runner at second. Langford at first. 2 out of the inning. That's to third, and that chance handled. And that is the inning. First frame of the night behind us, and it's 0-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit.
Freddie Freeman.
Olson back to work. Up the middle, and that one handled. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single.
Tough play and a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
Pretty impressive lineup. Mike Trout hitting this far down in the order. In there for strike 1. Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
See that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. On the ground to the left. Duran on to second to get one. On to first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Well, they had the chance at turning two right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Here's Josh Bell. A little out front there as he swings through it.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
Check swing, called strike. Outside with a breaking ball. No score here in the second. Now fly ball to right center. Lee sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Out number 2. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
The second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Smoked on the ground to second. Throws to first in time. That's the third out. One left for Seattle. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here at Wrigley Field, we head to the bottom of the second, and the batter will be the shortstop, Max Muncy. Just missed. DeGrom, a former Rookie of the Year. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. That one out to right. Puts it away for the out.
Batting seventh, the first baseman,
Lucan Baker, the next Cub to hit. 2 for 7 in the series so far. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2.
On the ground. Turner. Whips it to first.
Out of there.
Play is made, 2 out.
Batting eighth, the third baseman,
Now here is Ezekiel Duran. 0 for 4 in the loss yesterday. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through
No
it.
ball. 2 strikes.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. That's to third. Muncy tosses to first, and the inning is over. Cubs are down quietly. We'll move to the third with no score. On to the third inning, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Tyler Heineman.
Tyler Heineman.
Clips the outside corner. Strike one.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Kicks and fires. Line drive. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score it.
Wise to just eat that. Otherwise, you risk throwing it into the dugout.
And now for Seattle, Dalen Lyle. Check swing. Went around. 0-1.
No balls. One strike.
Heineman aboard here at first with nobody out. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No balls. Two strikes. One, two.
In the dirt. Throw sails over his head at first. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. Struck him out swinging. Had him out front for strike three.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
Here's Turner now. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here's Max Muncy. That funky Muncy. Throw. Save. That's 50 stolen bases for him this year. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
The 1-0. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. One out and a runner at second here in the third and final game of the series. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's back. Hauls it in on the warning track. Runner tags at second.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
And now Byron Buxton. He's 0 for 1. That one fouled off.
One, one.
The other way. He steps on the bag. They limit the damage here. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. And the pitch. And he pumps it a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. One down.
Pretty much textbook pitching for the 3-pitch K right there. Jumped ahead 0-2 on 2 pitches he didn't want to go after at the plate. Then, knowing he's going to be a little more aggressive trying to protect, he expands just out of the zone where he couldn't do anything with it. He gets the strikeout and keeps the pitches thrown to a minimum. Very nice.
Fitzgerald batting with 1 down, takes a strike. And that misses. And 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 out, bases empty. Just off the outside edge. And it's 2-1. Just missed.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Fouls 1 away, and now 3-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Ah, the Uncle Charlie Boog kept it up his sleeve the entire bat until the 6th pitch. Snapped it off, dropped it in there, and just frozen.
What's with the Uncle Charlie nickname? I mean, people use it all the time. Doesn't feel like it's common knowledge as to why.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like something we could find on the interweb, though.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But why not like Uncle Carl or something like that? Uncle Curly.
Uncle Boog.
Well, but then what would it be, a breaking ball?
That's a ball.
That one clips the outside corner, and it's 1-2. That one the other way, and foul ball. That one is absolutely belted. And it hits the fence. Around second now as they still don't have it. And this is going to be a 2-out triple.
Everything came together for him. Absolutely smoked the baseball. It just jumped off the lumber. And when you're able to find a gap like that, boom, you're even looking for a triple.
And here's the catcher, Will Smith. Strike 1.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
Throws across the diamond, and the inning is over. Cubs leave one, still behind by a count of 1-0. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Freddie Freeman. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Freeman, a member of the 2,000 hit club, can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Swing and a foul out of play. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Here's Mike Trout. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. That misses the zone, and it's 1-1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
That one misses. 1-1. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. And no one can get there.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Langford makes the grab, and that is that. Mariners leave 1. They lead it 1-0. Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers.
Langford.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And there's a ball.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Around first, heading for 2. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And stepping in is the speedy Jackson Holliday. Grounded out his first time. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound. I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
And next for the Cubs, Max Muncy. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Next pitch downstairs. Going to count 1 and 2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
The shortstop takes a ball. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Over to McNeil. On to first, double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Luken Baker, the next Cub to hit. Grounded out his first time up. That's inside. Langford on third with 2 out. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Misses inside. 2 and 1. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman. He takes it on his own, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. So they work around the leadoff double. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Mariners 1 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Olson back to work. Outside low. 1-0. And a foul ball. Check swing. He held up. And it's 2-1. Outside with a breaking ball.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
Time called now. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That gets down for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting.
That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Now a chance for Dalen Lyle into the outfield, base hit. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning.
Back-to-back base hits. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So the lineup flips over. Trey Turner at the plate.
We just might be talking about this at bat in our post-game wrap. He's proven he can drive in runs in these spots.
Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. The toss to second, throw to first, but he beat it. Here's Muncy to hit.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Swings through that one. 0-1.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
2 on, 1 out. On the ground, right side. Over to first. He's out. They get the out on Muncy.
Now batting. The center fielder, Buxton.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Byron Buxton. 0 for 2 in this one. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Fought off foul. Runner at second, 2 down. That one to first, and that's a fair ball. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. Buxton headed for third. In there safely. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Jimmy Herget will take over here.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year. So the defense should be active.
So a runner at third, 2 men out. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. 1 for 2. Line drive, base hit. In comes the run from third. And it's an RBI single, and it's 4-0.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
2 outs, runner at first. Digging in, Mike Trout. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1. Swings through that. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Brazier up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Leahy getting loose as well. Freeman, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Smith gathers, throws, got him. Inning over on the strikeout. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mariners 4 and the Cubs nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Ezekiel Duran. Outside low, ball 1.
You know, these Cubs finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Trout makes the grab on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football. And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
1 down, base is empty.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Fly ball center field. Buxton moves under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Tyler.
So the batting order turns over. Tyler Fitzgerald, the next Cub to hit. Fastball for a strike. The M's leading by 4. Last half of inning number 5.
One.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
That one off the mark, and that's ball 1.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Bounced up the middle. Bounces into the outfield. That's a base hit. The throw in. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. One left for the Cubs. They trail it here 4-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And he hits a ground ball right side. Gets it to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th. Jeff McNeil up next for the Mariners. And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. He swings and fouls one off. That one not close, and that's ball 1. Hard hit left side. Zips it to first.
He's out.
2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, catcher Tyler Heineman.
Tyler Heineman getting ready to hit. And that's in for a strike.
0-1.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Up the middle. A sliding stop. Over to first. Got him. A beautiful play to end the inning. Offense held in check there. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 coming up. It's the Mariners 4 and the Cubs nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the Cubs catcher, Will Smith. And there's the strike. And that's off the outside edge. And the count is 1-1. And that one missing low. Deep drive down the line. Foul ball.
Clearly he was geared up for the fastball right there. Maybe got a little jumpy and excited out of the hand, but he certainly didn't miss a stitch.
That one drilled left field, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double, and his second hit.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
At the plate, Wyatt Langford right through there for a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Smith stands at second with no outs. Next
Ball,
offering
go.
misses, and the count is 1-2.
One
Good
ball,
spot there,
two
but
strikes.
didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And that's a base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. Now let's see if they can
1-0.
string something together. Make it a little more interesting.
Holiday in now. Takes ball one off the plate. To the right side. And that's just foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. Struck him out looking.
That was just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
2 on with 1 out. Max Muncy, the next Cub to hit. The shortstop takes the ball. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Up the middle. Base hit and a run in to score. The throw to third. Not in time. He's safe. Lucan Baker will hit next. Has grounded out a couple of times. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. On the ground to second, might be 2. There's 1. On to Freeman, double play, inning over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-1 ball game. 6 innings in the books on MLB The Show's Game of the Week. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Kyle Leahy.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So digging in, Dalen Lyle.
The left fielder, Dalen Lyle.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark, but obviously out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
And there's 1 away. Here's Trey Turner.
If there's nobody on in front of him, you know, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base.
Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1. Action in the pen down there. Ryan Brazier up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Now 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Holiday whips it to first on the run. On the money. Nice play. Two outs, base is empty. Now the number 2 hitter, Max Muncy. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball still 0-2. Oh, he hit him.
Dead ball.
And that got him pretty flush. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. And now the center fielder, Byron Buxton. And the first offering is not close. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big-time velo on the bump and big-time pop at the plate.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Third out. One left for Seattle as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the seventh. So up now for Chicago, SEA-J.Duran. The Cubs in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him. Right here.
So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Adrian Morejon.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Morejon in his 6th season, 26 years old, and he was born in Cuba. Hard hit, right side. Tosses to first.
He's out.
And a quick out, number one.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Drew Millis, the next Cub to hit.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
In there at the knees, strike one. Just missed. The 1-1 is fouled off. Now one missed. The Mariners leading by 3 here, the bottom of the 7th. That misses. Full count now.
Full count.
On the ground to third. Sends it across to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Tyler Fitzgerald, the next to hit, 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. A swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A solo shot. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they're chipping away. It's 4-2.
That swing just injected more drama into this one. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the lock, and gets the home run.
Two outs, nobody on. Jung-Hoo Lee digs in now. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Cubs get one on the solo shot. It's now 4-2. This is MLB The Show's Game of the Week. The 8th inning is coming your way next.
Now pitching. for the
Welcome
Cubs,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Brazier.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
And first offering is fouled off. And ball 1. And that one is lifted in the air. Millis. And there's one down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Mike.
Here's Trout. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Just missed. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Taylor Rogers up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Not
2-1.
close with that one. Ball 2.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Foul ball. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. 2 down, nobody on. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So they make short work of him there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mariners 4 and the Cubs 2. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, JoJo Romero.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
That one misses, and it's 1-0. And another ball.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you if he will.
That's off the mark. And now 3-0. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
In for a strike, and the count is 3-1. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Langford in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Swing and a ground ball. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No play. That's an infield single. Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. Swing and a miss, strike one.
No ball, one strike.
Swing and a ball line to center. And a base hit. Throw comes into second. That holds the runner at second base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Muncy in the box now, takes strike one.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And that one fouled off. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Now here is Lucan Baker. 3 groundouts already. He's 0 for 3. And fouled off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. In the dirt. Runners hold tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes. With the go-ahead run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Cubs strand a couple. Still down by a count of 4-2. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Taylor Rogers.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
McNeil now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Graham Ashcraft preparing to come on if needed. Check swing. No appeal. Ball 1. And it's fouled away. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Way back there. Great catch. Foul ground up against the wall.
Well, off the bat, I thought for sure it had enough to get out of here, but that wind's kind of blowing in from left, and I think that's what made the difference.
Yeah, the batter now, Tyler Heineman. And the
1-0.
sweeper misses. Line drive. Langford makes the grab on the run.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
And that one popped in the air left field. Langford settles underneath it, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down that time. 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Mariners 4 and the Cubs 2. Back here at the friendly confines. Bottom of the 9th. So up now for Chicago. Mason Miller comes out trying to close it out.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Foul ball there. That one just misses.
Too low.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
And that one
that's
a
down.
little below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Buxton moves under it. And he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Up next for the Cubs, the right
He's
fielder,
2 outs away. Drew Millis now at the plate. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Jump throw. Nicely done for the out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
So it's their last chance in this one. And next is the designated hitter, Tyler Fitzgerald. And
Ball
that's
inside.
off the inside edge. 1-0. Swing and a miss. That one at 1-0-1. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. This could end it. That's
Ball
too
2.
low. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-2.
Lifted in the air, right center field. He's got it. Ball game. And the Mariners come in here and finish off a 3-game sweep.
Well, you can see this team is feeling it right now. Look at the smiles. Look at the high fives. They feel real good about this 3-game series sweep, and they get it done on the road. You talk about the confidence that can produce. Tell you what, they're riding high right now. It's a nice win in this game.
And your final 4-2. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon for the next Game of the Week.